the Trump administration. Remember, the Trump administration has already moved to freeze $2.2 billion in grant funding and block the Harvard's ability to enroll international students. In view of the crackdown against the international students by the Trump administration, the administration claims that the Ivy League university has failed to crack down on the anti-Semitism. The Trump administration has been using that rationale to pressure the schools and the universities such as Harvard to institute the wide policy changes that apprises and that appeases the university and the university officials on that say infringe on the free speech and their academic missions. Let's listen into the statement of US President Donald Trump on this subject.
Foreign visas for what? Are you talking about for colleges? Okay, so you're off of Israel. Now you're talking about colleges, right?
Yes, no.
Okay. Well, we're going to see. Look, Harvard has been a disaster. They've taken $5 billion plus. $5 billion. Nobody knew that they were making this kind. If we didn't do this, we would have never found this out, Pam. They're taking $5 billion. And I'd rather see that money go to trade schools. And by the way, they're totally anti-Semitic at Harvard, as you know, and some other colleges, too, in all fairness to them. And it's been exposed, very exposed. And I think they're dealing very badly. Every time they fight, they lose another $250 million. Yesterday, we found another $100 million. And they have, they have a fund, an endowment, $52 billion. All right? They get a lot of that from the United States. And I think it's ridiculous. I think everyone's coming up to me saying, we love the idea of trade schools with that kind of money and money from others, but money from them. You can have the best trade schools anywhere in the world. You give them to Iowa, Indiana, lots of good states, well-run states, and you give them the money. They can only be used for trade schools, and they'll teach people how to build motors and cars and AI. The AI, we're building plants. We're building hundreds of billions of dollars worth of AI plants. Already started, many of them. We've never had a boom like we're having now. You're going to see it. There's never been anything like it. So we're up to about $14 trillion in investments. There's never been anything even close. You look at Biden, this guy, they had people leaving as opposed to investing. And they're doing it because of November 5th, and they're doing it because of the tariffs. The tariffs have been tremendous. I can promise you, and I have great respect for the people at the European Union, they wouldn't be over here today negotiating if I didn't put a 50% tariff on. The sad thing is now when I make a deal with them, it's something much more reasonable. They'll say, oh, he was chicken. He was chicken. That's so unbelievable. I usually have the opposite problem. They say, you're too tough. What are you referring? Foreign visas for what?
All right, Aditya Vadavan joins me on the broadcast with more details. Aditya, we've just heard the statement as the Harvard versus the Trump administration stir blows and explodes. This is a statement by the US President Donald Trump. What exactly is the stance and response to the statement by the Harvard University, which continued to press on its earlier stand to not bow down to the changes that the Trump administration wants it to be proposed?
So as far as banning foreign students from Harvard is concerned, the Donald Trump is going now too far here in the wake of anti-Semitism. Because, at this juncture, let us just put this into perspective that, many of the research papers are done in the Harvard University, and Harvard is one of the Ivy League institutions across the world. And America has those 7 Ivy League institutions where, mostly foreign students do their research work, write their thesis and stuff like that, and if foreign students are banned from Harvard and, this financial grant that is being given to Harvard gets taken away from them, it will definitely affect the quality of teaching there, let us just put this into perspective that Harvard is one of the globally recognized quality educational institutions. So this decision of the Trump administration, is not in keeping with the ethos of the United States of America that it has been following, international students from a majority the students enrolled in Harvard. And however,
All
if
right,
only
Aditya.
Americans